everybody, welcome to another edition of Rouslin's Opening Round 3 Ball. I am your host for this short form video, Jason Rouslin. You can find me on Twitter at DFSGolfer23 or of course on the Slack channels for premium sub members, Osmo Plus members. So we are heading, I try and do one of these videos if you haven't checked them out. I try and do them once a week, at least when the PGA Tour is playing. What it does, it goes high level over the golf course, gives you a couple players playing in the field, then gives you some first round bets and showdown plays as I try to add in some sweating, as golf sweats are, I think, at least in my opinion, the best. So why not get the sweats started off right away? And of course, betting, you can bet any time. And DraftKings normally puts out at least $1,000 to first place for showdown round ones. So at least a little something to play for. So let's jump right in and learn about this week's tournament. Sorry about that. Had to bring up the right thing here. You saw a little space cadet here. This week's tournament, it's the Mayakoba Golf Classic. There you go, right there. So before I go on, just want to mention, for more detailed information about the course, the players playing in it this week, go ahead and read my first cut article. Find it by going to osmo.com/PGA. It's free each and every week. It's a great way to get your week started if you're grinding out some PGA DFS. And it's a quick read as well. Brings you through everything you're going to need to know for the week. Okay, so let's learn about El Camaleon Golf Club, the host of the Mayakoba Golf Classic. It's one of the shortest courses they're going to play all year, a par 71 measuring 7,000 yards. 3 par 5s on the course, all very reachable by most of the players in the field. The tournament has been around for some time now and has primarily rewarded accurate drivers and good putters. Statistically speaking, it's one of the top courses in terms of driving accuracy players versus driving distance players for their results. So where can we play DFS this week and how much can we win? Well, DraftKings is offering a $50K to first for their $8 buy-in, while FanDuel tries to figure out their fall circuit product as they are a $5K to first this week. Now let's learn about a couple of the players, and Matt Kuchar is returning to the site of Caddygate, where, if you're unfamiliar with this, Matt Kuchar last year won the golf tournament by using a local caddy, in which he gave the local caddy, after winning $1.3 million, $1.296, so $1.3 million, he handed the caddy a $5,000 check. $5,000, that's about 0.5%, where the normal tip for a caddy is roughly anywhere between 5 and 10%, and normally 10% for a win. So that got played out big time, and he ended up sending the caddy named El Toucan, I think it's David Ortiz. Not David Ortiz, the baseball player. It could be, that might be his name. I just know him by El Toucan. In any case, he ended up sending him $45,000 more dollars, which to me is still probably about $70,000 under what he should have paid him. However, here we are. Matt Kuchar is back and defending his championship at Mayakoba Golf Club. 11,800 on FanDuel, 11,400 on DraftKings. He ended the year last year 17th in approach and 41st in putting. While he hasn't played in over 9 weeks, we haven't seen Matt Kuchar on a leaderboard in about 5 months, and haven't seen him play in about 2. So this will be interesting. Matt Kuchar's first start of the year. Next is Abraham Ancer, Mexico's own Abraham Ancer, I should say, coming in hot off of his 4th place finish at the WGC HSBC. The previous 2 weeks, he was 41st at the Zozo and 53rd at the CJ Cup, but struck the ball well in both of those events before putting it all together for his 4th place finish at the WGC HSBC. Strokes gained ranks kind of goes to that. Approach was 44th, but putting was 113th last year. So you can see where he struggled, but when he puts that putting together, he is a name that frequents the leaderboard, again, when he's putting well. 9-2 on DraftKings, 10-9 on FanDuel for Abraham Ancer this week. Last guy we're going to learn about is another one of those young players. This guy's a young player from Scotland, and he's over here on a sponsor's exemption in a very, very similar situation to another player that was playing his golf on the Challenge Tour. The Challenge Tour is the Corn Ferry Tour of the European Tour. And Callum Hill, don't get me wrong, this player from Scotland, 24-year-old, was tearing up the Challenge Tour. Had a couple of wins, 4 third-place finishes, just a lot of good starts. However, the competition that he's facing over there is nothing like what he's going to play against this week. And the same thing happened to Audrey Arnoux. I was mentioning right when I started talking about Callum Hill that there was another golfer that was playing on the Challenge Tour, got a sponsor's invite to this exact tournament last year, and ended up missing the cut. Players were big on him. I was big on him myself. So I'm going to temper my expectations here on Callum Hill and wait for him to maybe blossom like Audrey Arnoux did on the European Tour this year, and wait to play him in the PGA events until we see some type of consistency. But wanted to bring him up because he had been getting some buzz around the industry, especially with how good he's been playing on the Challenge Tour. All right, so those are the 3 players. I always give 3 players in this short form video. And now we're going to go into the bets and run round 1 Showdown Focus. So as I mentioned, the top golf sweats are just the best, so why not start the fun right away? So this time I'm going to look at 3 balls. So I've been looking at head-to-head matchups, but this week finally they put out some 3-ball first round matchups. These are obviously a little harder to win because it's not one-on-one, so you got a 33% chance of winning. So my record may not be as good, but when I'm betting plus 200 and plus 140, I don't need to necessarily win every time to turn a profit. Specifically here with Abraham Ancer, he's coming in definitely the best form of those 3 players mentioned, Tony Finau and Matt Kuchar, who we just told you hasn't had a top 20 since June. So I like Abraham Ancer a lot. He's coming in off of great form, looking for his first PGA Tour win on home soil, plus 200 as well for Abraham Ancer. So he was the underdog against all 3 of them. The second one is Russell Knox. Russell Knox has got great course history and coming in off of great form. Hit over 75% of his greens last time at the Bermuda Championship. He's matched up with Bryce Garnett, who's had an okay fall, and Scott Piercy, who's had a really up and down fall. So I like Russell Knox. I believe he was the favorite. The other 2 guys were 160 and 180. So I did take the favorite there, but I like his form better than those 2. So Abe Ancer plus 200 and Russell Knox plus 140 for our round 1 3-ball bets. Now focusing on round 1 Showdown Focus, I'm also going to play Russell Knox at 9,300. I want to see if that form can continue over into this week. The greens in regulation will be super important, and if he can catch a hot putter, certainly like him for showdown formats. And then the other one is a golfer that not many people may know, Matthew NeSmith. Matthew NeSmith is one of the most accurate drivers of the ball last year on the Korn Ferry Tour, and does so again this year in his limited starts. He's had some terrible missed cuts. Was in the lead after round 1 and 1, or almost in the lead, and pulled a Keegan Bradley and ended up missing the cut the next day. We don't have to worry about that in showdown. We get to go right at him. So I like Matthew NeSmith for my round 1 showdowns this week. All right, sorry to bring up this little continue on as I bring myself back onto the screen here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this little short form video. I enjoy doing them. I think it gives a little bit of context and a little bit of information and some fun sweats at the end. So go ahead and like this video to make sure that I know you guys enjoy it. And of course, if you need to contact me, you know where to find me. My Twitter is right there on the screen. And of course, if you're a Slack or a Osmo Plus member, go ahead and chat with me there. So until next time, everybody, check out my model breakdown, which should be up right when this is up as well, if you're looking for more videos and information on this week. Also, plenty of free things to go around this week, and as well, Ben, Raza, and myself will be on our YouTube channel right here at 8:30, breaking everything down. So until then, everybody, hope to see you soon. Cheers.